Hello there, running-ears. Welcome back, and we got a lot to cover this week. As a matter of fact, I'm a day behind. I actually didn't have any lights. Have been struggling to get these lights. I had lights go out and everything, but let's get right to it. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. Let's start with the news. So first off, I was going to start with one thing. Now I'm switching it over because what I thought was going to happen did happen. So guys, so registration for the Wine Dine starts today. I wanted to do this video yesterday to show that, hey, the Club runDisney people will be able to register today, and the rest of us mere mortals who are not Club runDisney, especially I think it's the top 2 tiers, get to register early. We would register in 1 week, but I had this hunch that legacy runners were able to register, and I thought it would be at the same time, roughly, that the Club runDisney and the Club runDisney runners. The emails just don't come all at once. What they do is they come kind of in bunches. So you're going to have like a release at 9, another release like at 9:30, another release at like at 10. And you have your access code, and you have until basically almost 6 days in order to register. And so guess what? This morning I got my email because I do legacy for the Wine and Dine, the challenge. And so I already registered, so I will be there in November. I already have my hotel ready and everything, so I'll be there. I'm excited to be there. So legacy runners, look at your email. If you don't see the email, go to your spam folder. You will probably find it there. But please, 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 guys, don't miss out on this opportunity if you are a legacy runner. What is a legacy runner? I'm being asked that a lot on social media. Legacy runner means you have run every single one of that particular run since its inception. The only thing that might happen is, since the springtime surprise is going to be different every year, that might be the exception. We will find out later this year when registration starts. I don't think they're going to do it for the first year, because that means they would email everybody who registered last year, so there would be no regular registration if everybody decided to do this. So I think by the 3rd, 4th, 5th year, they actually might go back to legacy runners, but that's to be seen. So we'll see about that in the near future. Now, the other big news is going to be that we already got the maps for the map courses for the springtime surprise. So let's take a look at those. So here we have the course for the Everest 5K, which mainly takes us through Animal Kingdom. Then we have the race for the Taste 10K, which is mainly in Epcot. And of course, the Tower Terror 10 miler, which is Hollywood Studios. Well, guys, which one are you most excited for? I'm excited to run a little bit more in Hollywood Studios, it looks like. I'm excited to see what that looks like. I remember the days when we used to run through the backlot tour. We ran where it used to be Star Wars Land, around that area. It was exciting. It was great. And it looks like we're going to go back to running that at least a little bit. So I'm excited to see what that is. And the Adventure Everest, or the Everest 5K run, everything is there in it's gonna be at nighttime, so I have a feeling that there's not gonna be a lot of music because of the animals and so forth, but I think it's gonna be exciting. I've run there during the day. Actually, when we run, it's still dark a lot of the times, and so it's really, really nice, especially guys, if you have not done a Disney run, or you've not done a Disney run that runs through Pandora. It's awesome. So take your time over there. Stop and take pictures. It's going to be great, especially since it's going to be dark the whole time. And guys, I hope to see you there. Okay, with today's topic is going to be very, very simple. So with registration coming up in 1 week, I've been seeing people, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I'm going to give you 5 tips and an extra one to help you guys with registration starting next week. Number 1, you will have to set up your account early. So go right now to the runDisney page. On the top right hand corner, it's going to say help. When you go down, it's going to have manage account. Go to manage account, okay? And you will be able to set up an account. What I would do is set up everything that you can right away, because that way the autofill is already there, so you can autofill everything, and it goes a lot faster when you're logged in. So try to do that as soon as possible. And on the day of the registration, when you log in, go ahead and log into your account before you start refreshing that page. So that way, if it can, which it should autofill, so you're 1 step ahead. It should look something like this. When you hit Manage Account, it'll actually take you to this page, and you can actually set up your account from here. So that brings us to number 2. Number 2 is all the pertinent information. So have names, have date of birth, which run they're going to do. And then I'm going to get to a lot of that, the extra stuff later, but there's not a lot of important stuff after that. Shirt sizes, all that stuff. So get that information as quickly as you can, because you're going to be able to get that as quickly in there as possible, especially if you're signing up multiple people. So that way you can go to the next step, which is to pay for the runs. And hopefully by that time, you still have your place in line and you can register everybody that you had in mind to register. But have every pertinent information. So have people's names, have their date of birth, have the shirt sizes ready to go, okay? If you need to, proof of time, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Number 3, you probably heard this one before. Multiple devices. I actually set up my laptop, I set up my iPad, and I set up my phone. So I have all 3 of them going at one time. Here goes the deal that people don't add until later. At least one of those not on Wi-Fi. So make sure that one of them is not connected to the same Wi-Fi, because just in case it's clogged up, especially if you're doing it in a situation where there's a lot of stuff on that Wi-Fi, it's not clogged up. So that way you have a better chance. So I would do it 2 of the 3 or 1 of the 2 or 3 of the 4, whatever it is. But one device is not connected to the internet at all. But make sure you have multiple devices that get your chance of going in. And to add to that, and it's going to be under the same topic, is if you have people there, so you got 2 or 3 people there managing stuff, so that way you're able to have more than one person be looking at stuff. If one person is managing a couple, then the other person can manage 1 or 2 more. And if you have 3 or 4 people, that'd be even better. And then the first one that goes in there, they go in there real quick and get you guys registered. Number 4, they always tell you to get on early onto your devices. How early is early? I say at least 15 minutes. So listen to me, it's at least 15 minutes because it's going to be time consuming. And just to let you know, I would say 15 minutes before. So if the time is 9 o'clock, so my time would be 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. So by 8:45 I would be on there and I would start refreshing, and plan on at least an hour and a half. I would even get closer to an hour and a half, because it's going to take time. And then once you get into the queue, it's just like anything else. You're going to have to wait in line in that queue. So unless you're very, very lucky and you get in right away, sometimes they have a little timer that's going across. Sometimes they'll tell you you got this many people in front of you, so forth and so on. But and then they'll say it's your turn, and then that's when you got to go real quick. But at least 15 minutes ahead of time, and listen to me clearly, at least 15 minutes ahead of time, okay? And so let's get to the next one. So number 5, I told you guys get the pertinent information out of the way as quickly as you can. Number 5 is going to kind of piggyback on that. Don't worry about the non-pertinent information. So in the past, I haven't had to do this in a while, but you were able to go back in and edit your registration. So let's say you wanted to say something that was faster than 2 hours and 15 minutes or 2 hours, whatever it is, and you have a proof of time. So you can put, slower and then go back and edit it and add your proof of time later. Once you have registered, once you're in there, you can go back and you should be able to change your shirt size. So again, that's not the most important thing. Get everything out of the way that you have to. So you're going to have to put in, are you wheelchair? Are you military? Are you this? Are you that? It's going to not let you go until you fill out then that should go pretty quickly. But anything that's not, that you can do later, that includes purchases, guys. So if you're going to be purchasing, you want to purchase a bundle, whatever it is, you can go back and purchase it later. The only thing is you're going to have 2 receipts. So instead of 1 receipt, you're going to have 2 receipts. Because if you start taking time on picking what you're going to be getting, and then it's going to take shirt sizes, if you're going to get shirts, it's going to take a few more seconds, maybe up to a couple minutes, and that might even cost you your place in line. So I would always say go back right when you finish, because you can go and you can edit and then you can purchase stuff afterward. And this is the one where I said 5 different things, but a little bit extra. Be efficient, guys. If your mind is cluttered, you're just going to be typing, and you're going to skip something and it's going to just go. So I don't want to say go quickly. I want to say more be efficient. So make sure everything is there that you can pass on to the next section. Now, if you practiced enough, like I've been doing these for quite a bit now, I know what to do. I know what I can get away with. Like this morning, I was able to get in there and register within about a minute. It took me a little bit longer just to put in my pay information, but that's it. So guys, be as efficient as possible. Make sure, again, you can go back and respell names, or you can email them about spelling of the names and stuff. But get in as much as possible, so that and efficiently as possible ahead of time, and then so that way you can autofill. Then you can just be efficient with your time, not fast. You are going to have to be fast, but be more efficient, so that way it can allow you to go and you don't pass something up and have to go back, and then which one did I miss, and then you're going to go, and that can take up a lot more time. So just be efficient, and that's the 5.1 if you want to add that one in. And last but not least, guys, I wanted to say one more thing, because I've been seeing this a lot on social media. Selling of the bibs. Guys, I'm going to advise you, do not try to sell bibs, and do not try to buy bibs that are sold. You got to remember, when you go to the expo, they are going to ask you for your ID. So if they sell you a bib, that other person's name is on there. So if that other person's name is on there and you try to pick it up with your ID, they're not going to let you. And if you sit there going like, well, I bought it online and stuff, you just kind of marked yourself. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go there and do that. The other way that they can do it is they can buy the bib, they can go pick it up themselves, and then they're going to hand it to you later on. So you're going to be the one running it. Now, for challenges, they used to take pictures. I haven't seen them take the pictures yet, but they probably will start doing that soon. So that just means that, again, if you're not the one on the picture, that's going to bring a red light. That has happened before, and so they can ban you from future runs. So that's not worth it. The other thing, too, is, guys, whenever you look up your bib number, let's say your bib number is 12345, you're going to go and put in that information, and instead of seeing Manny, you're going to see Joe, and it's like, man, it doesn't have the same person, because you can always say, I ran, look at my time, look at my registration and stuff. So there is other ways that you can do in case it sells out. Number one is keep looking at the site, because sometimes they reopen up. And of course, the other one is charity. You can go through a charity, which I've done before. And you make a lot of relationships doing the charity. It's a lot more work or hassle unless you have a rich relative that wants to donate all the money, or you have a company that wants to donate all the money. That's really, really cool. But besides that, that's the only really other way once it's sold out, guys. But that's about it. So with that said, guys, I wanted to keep telling you thank you very much for growing the channel. Keep asking the questions. I love the questions. I love answering the questions. So please subscribe. Please subscribe. I really said this, and I'm going to work on it during the summer, where I want this page to grow. I want this to be where everybody comes to get the information. We're going to share as much as we can. Again, I'm not affiliated with runDisney, although I love runDisney. I'm not affiliated, but I'm just a guy who's ran 665 miles at Disney and love it. And so I've experienced a lot, and so I can share a lot of it with you guys. I'm also going to start really, really encouraging people on the course, so that the running years is going to change a little bit into more of an encouraging group. But with that said, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Come back, ask questions. Please do. This is your channel. With that said, guys, I just want you guys to have an awesome day. Create a magical day and create a magical run.